Welcome to Berry Life, bringing you easy and delicious vegan and vegetarian recipes every week. On this episode, we're making cheesecake with a blueberry compote. This is a quick eggless recipe with a 10-minute cook time. We're not going to bake this in the oven as is traditional. We will cook it in the microwave using a silicone baking mold. If you don't have a silicone mold, you can use a microwave-safe glass container or a small baking dish. Along with the cheesecake, we'll make a blueberry compote to top it off. So let's get started. For the cheesecake, we'll need graham crackers with a graham cracker crust, along with the butter, which will melt and mix with the graham crackers. For the filling, we'll need heavy whipping cream to mix in the filling and to make a cornstarch slurry. Pounded cream cheese at room temperature. Granulated sugar or caster sugar, sweetened condensed milk, a half a cup of yogurt, a spoonful of cornstarch, replaced with all-purpose flour if needed. Last but not least, pure vanilla extract. If you're new to this channel, glad you could join us. Hit that subscribe button for more great content and to help support this channel. Also be sure to hit the bell icon for future notifications. We'll be uploading recipes every week, so you don't want to miss out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comments below. We'll begin by making the crust. For this, we'll load the graham crackers in a food processor and give it a mix. We want to break down these crackers a little bit before adding the butter. If you want to skip the food processor, you can do this by hand using a resealable plastic bag and some elbow grease. We're going to skip the workout here. With the crackers broken down a little, we'll add the melted butter. And then we'll pulse until butter and crackers are thoroughly combined. Scrape the sides as needed. This looks good. Now we'll transfer this to our baking pan and form the crust. We're using an 8-inch silicone mold today. These are safe to use in the microwave and can withstand temperatures up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. We'll transfer the crumbs to the mold and spread them evenly. Then using a flexible silicone spatula, we'll compact the crust. You can use a small bowl or even your hands for this. That looks good. Now we'll go ahead and clean the edges. With the crust formed, we'll put it in the refrigerator and allow it to harden for at least 20 minutes. While the crust is cooling in the refrigerator, we'll work on the filling. Starting with the cream cheese, we'll add it to a mixing bowl, along with white sugar and vanilla extract. Using a hand mixer, we'll mix this until all the sugar is incorporated into the cream cheese, and we have a smooth mixture. Now we'll add the heavy whipping cream, and mix until we have a light and airy mixture. Now we'll add the yogurt for the tang, and sweetened condensed milk for that rich caramelly taste. And continue mixing until the mixture is smooth and velvety. To give the cheesecake a little bit of body, we'll need to add some cornstarch. We'll mix it with the heavy whipping cream and form a slurry, and then add it to our mixture. We'll mix this until the filling is smooth and can form soft ribbons. That's perfect. With the crust cooled and hardened, we can transfer the filling to the baking mold. Love the way the filling forms those ribbons as it pours. With the filling transferred, we'll give it a few gentle taps to get rid of any air bubbles. Be sure to be gentle so as not to break the crust. Now we're off to the microwave. We're placing the silicone mold on a plate for better handling. Using a conventional microwave, we're going to cook it at full power, which is around 1100 watts for 10 minutes. Check in on it every couple of minutes. You want to look for a rough surface with a little bit of bubbles and a soft center. It's 10 minutes later and the cheesecake should be done. Let's take a look. That looks good. Careful removing the cheesecake as it's going to be very hot. And just like that, the cheesecake is done. We're going to allow the cheesecake to cool for about 20 minutes and then refrigerate it for 1 to 2 hours. While the cheesecake is cooling, we'll create a blueberry compote. A compote in essence is fruit cooked with sugar. The fruitiness of the compote pairs incredibly well to the richness of the cheesecake. For it, we'll need 2 cups of blueberries. We're using frozen blueberries, along with a 1/4 cup of white sugar and a couple of tablespoons of water. We'll add some orange zest, along with a little bit of orange juice. Place the saucepan over low heat, and to it add the blueberries. We'll allow the blueberries to thaw a little bit, and then add the white sugar, along with the water. When you cook the blueberries with sugar, natural pectin is released from the blueberries, which will help thicken the compote. The blueberries are starting to break down and release that beautiful color. We want the blueberries to retain most of its shape, but just allow the syrup to thicken. Just before we take it off the heat, we're going to add the orange zest. This will give it a little bit of brightness, along with the orange juice. We don't need a lot, just a spoonful. Now we'll take it off the heat and give it a stir. That's it, the compote is done. It may look a little thin, but it'll thicken as it cools. Once cooled, transfer it to a bowl or a container and it's ready to serve. Compote is great to have around. You can pair it with so many things. Enjoy it with a slice of cake, or in a parfait, or with a cup of cottage cheese. Once it's cooled, it'll turn into this deeply purple syrupy bowl of goodness. With the cheesecake cooled, using a butter knife, go around the edge to separate the cheesecake from the mold. Now we'll carefully transfer it out of the mold. For this, we're going to use a plate covered with plastic wrap. The plastic wrap will act as a cushion when you flip the cheesecake over. There is a little bit of anxiety when doing these flips, but we'll work through that. Luckily, the mold is flexible. We'll give it a little bit of shake and gently extract the cheesecake. Perfect, we have a clean landing. The crust is cooked and intact, no cracks. Golden brown and delicious. Now we'll flip it over and transfer it to a serving tray. You can serve these in slices, but today we're going to be fancy and use a biscuit cutter to cut out rounds. Now you may be thinking, doesn't that create a lot of waste? Well, not really. That's called a chef's cut. We'll just go ahead and drop it onto a plate. Perfect individual portion. And top it off with that gorgeous blueberry compote. There you have it, cheesecake minis with a blueberry compote. Easy and delicious dessert to add to your repertoire. Perfect for a date night or any night of the week. Just look at that. Oh man, that is so good. The cheesecake is sweet and creamy with a slight tang, and the compote just cuts through that richness with a fruity, citrusy freshness. Unbelievable. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments what you think and share this with your friends and family. Remember to hit the subscribe button for more great content and to help support this channel. And click the bell icon to turn on notifications for future video uploads. If you try this recipe, be sure to tag us on Instagram at BerryBerryLife. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching and enjoy!